Have you ever looked at a fighter jet and wondered, why are they almost always painted gray? Whether it's an F-16, F-22, F-35, or even a MiG or Eurofighter, most modern combat aircraft share one common trait. They're covered in shades of gray. It's not exactly the flashiest color choice for some of the most advanced and expensive machines on Earth. You might expect something bold and intimidating, like black, camouflage green, or even sleek metallic finishes. But that dull gray paint actually serves several crucial purposes that go far beyond aesthetics. In this video, we'll explore the fascinating reasons behind this seemingly simple color choice, and why gray might just be the most invisible color in the sky. Let's start with the most obvious factor: camouflage. In the world of aerial combat, being seen is the last thing you want. A fighter jet's primary goal is to remain undetected for as long as possible, whether by enemy pilots, ground-based radar, or even satellites. But here's the thing. Unlike ground vehicles or soldiers who blend into forests or deserts, aircraft operate in a unique and constantly changing environment. A jet might fly above bright blue skies, dark storm clouds, or the hazy horizon. So what color could possibly make it less visible against all those backgrounds? The answer, surprisingly, is gray. Gray serves as a kind of universal camouflage. At high altitudes, the color of the sky often fades from blue to a pale, almost white-gray tone due to sunlight scattering through the atmosphere. Fighter jets painted in shades of gray, especially light to medium tones, tend to blend into that backdrop remarkably well. From a distance, a gray aircraft can be incredibly hard to spot, both from above and below. Against the clouds, the horizon, or even the sea, gray provides a balanced disguise that helps the aircraft merge with its surroundings. But there's more to it than just visual blending. The shade of gray used on modern fighter jets isn't random. It's the result of extensive testing and optical research. Designers and military engineers carefully study how light interacts with aircraft surfaces at different altitudes and times of day. For example, the U.S. Air Force uses variations of air superiority gray and compass ghost gray, depending on the type of mission. These specific tones are designed to minimize contrast between the jet and the sky during combat conditions. Even small differences in color reflectivity can mean the difference between being seen or staying invisible by the naked eye or infrared sensors. Speaking of infrared, that brings us to another major reason gray dominates military aviation: heat management and stealth. Fighter jets generate enormous amounts of heat, especially around the engines and airframe during high-speed maneuvers. If you've ever touched a car hood after it's been sitting in the sun, you know darker colors absorb and retain more heat. In contrast, lighter colors like gray reflect more sunlight, helping keep the surface temperature lower. This might not sound like a big deal, but in combat, every degree of temperature difference matters. Infrared detection systems and heat-seeking missiles rely on differences in temperature to track and lock onto aircraft. A lighter gray paint can slightly reduce a jet's infrared signature by reflecting more solar radiation and dispersing heat more evenly across the fuselage. It's not enough to make the plane invisible to infrared sensors, of course, but every small reduction helps improve survivability. Some aircraft even use specialized coatings mixed into their gray paint to absorb radar waves or scatter heat emissions, adding another layer of stealth to their design. And let's not forget maintenance and practicality. Military aircraft endure extreme conditions: sun exposure, salt air, dust, and high-speed friction. A glossy or brightly colored finish might look great at an air show, but it wouldn't last long in real combat environments. Gray, on the other hand, is low maintenance and hides dirt, oil stains, and small scratches far better than darker colors. It also weathers evenly, which keeps the jet looking uniform even after countless flights. For ground crews and engineers, this makes routine inspections and repairs more efficient. They can easily spot damage or corrosion without dealing with complex paint patterns or reflective surfaces. In modern warfare, it's not just about what the human eye can see. It's also about sensor camouflage. Modern detection systems rely on multiple forms of light: visible, infrared, and even ultraviolet. Through testing, researchers discovered that gray paints reflect and absorb light across these wavelengths in a way that reduces contrast not only to the human eye but also to cameras and targeting systems. So in many ways, gray isn't just invisible to people, it's less visible to machines too. You might have noticed that not all fighter jets use the exact same shade of gray. Some have darker upper surfaces and lighter undersides. This technique is called countershading, and it's borrowed straight from nature. Many birds, sharks, and even dolphins have darker backs and lighter bellies to make them harder to detect from both above and below. Fighter jets use the same principle. The top blends into the darker sky when seen from above, while the underside matches the brightness of the horizon when seen from below. Of course, there are exceptions. Some countries or special units occasionally use striking paint schemes for training, testing, or ceremonial purposes. You might see jets painted in camouflage greens for low-altitude missions, or even black coatings for night operations. But these are rare and specific cases. For everyday combat readiness and stealth efficiency, gray remains unbeatable. So the next time you see a fighter jet streaking through the sky, remember that boring gray color is actually the result of decades of engineering, science, and strategy. It's not about looking cool, it's about surviving in the world's most hostile environment. The color gray might not stand out on the runway, but in the chaos of the battlefield, it's what keeps a pilot unseen, protected, and one step ahead of the enemy. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed uncovering the hidden stories behind everyday things, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Janasco. Hit the bell so you never miss a new discovery. Until next time, keep exploring the world's surprising backstories.